I started my business with no business plan at all. And I've done well in all of the businesses that we have done. But with what I know today, it might have saved me better, it might have served me better into the future or running faster had I had the plan together. Boom! How's it going? Yeah, it is I again, your boy, coming out to you. Welcome to Step Up with myself, TJ. And this is where we talk about anything and everything for you to step up in your business. This channel is dedicated to people that own business or that are wanting to start their business. And my goal is to make sure that you are able to step up in your business. And I traditionally speak about real estate because that's where the foundation of my business acumen started off from. I was employed for a long time and I rose up the corporate ladder. And at some point I decided I want to start a business and I left. When I left, I started off a real estate business where we could do investments. So it wasn't a real estate business. Potentially you don't know me at all. So it wasn't a property business in the form of where I was an estate agent. I've never been an estate agent before. Bless their soul for those all of you guys who are estate agents. I've never done it before. But what I did is that I started doing investments. So I started running a property business that does investments. And in today's topic, we want to cover the conversation of, do you need a business plan? Do you need a business plan to start a property business? Do you need a business plan to start a property business? That's the question that I want to address to you today. And the reason why I have started off telling you about my background is because when I started off the business, I was employed. I had a big pain, and that big pain was I had lost around about 5 million rand. And with that, I wanted to find a solution. I was chasing for a solution. Obviously solving for it without running away from it. And I've got a book that I actually wrote, which is called From Bad Debt to Property Mogul. So let's ask the question. I'm going to run that question again in terms of, do I need? So a lot of people have asked me the question, TJ, do I need to have a business plan for me to start my property business? And I looked at myself when I started and I said, oh, I didn't have one. So the first time round, I am employed and I decided, no, this is what I want to do. The goal was not to build this big business. That was never the goal. The goal for me at that particular time was, how can I solve for my 5 million? And what I started just doing, I went to school. And from when I left the school, that was the school that I went to, was a school that was run by Robert Kiyosaki, which was called the Legacy. And for some of you, maybe you've attended that. And I believe that school doesn't run anymore in South Africa. I don't know whether worldwide, whether it is still running. But basically, I got to be a rich dad, poor dad child, right? Because I went to school and I realized, oh, I can do this. When I left that school, I literally started doing. So what did I do? I went out and I started looking for opportunities. And I went out and I started looking for investors. I went out and I started looking for partners. And with that, I just started doing. With doing, I ended up having round about 200 tenants alongside with just above 350 students that we house across South Africa in the company that's called the M5 Property Addicts, where I'm the CEO. Now, did I ever have a business plan along the way? No, I never. Should I have had a business plan? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. With what I know today as with the CEO, I should have had. But it does not necessarily mean that if you don't have a business plan, you are not going to be successful. It doesn't mean that. It just basically means that you do not have a compass. So to me, a business plan is sort of like a compass. Because in your business plan, you can start now defining whether you've done this or you haven't done this. Recently, we actually had to do a business plan for our business so that we can see where we want to go with where we are today. And that's what the business plan is all about, isn't it? It gives you direction. So it's a compass of where you want to go, and you can measure against that, right? And I think maybe that's why a lot of people don't do business plans, because they're scared of applying the thinking on pen and paper. And also now to put in measures on how best they can now be measuring themselves, which is something that is very important when you're doing business, because you want to see where you were last year, you want to see where you were 3 years ago, you want to see where you were 5 years ago, and you want to see where you're going. Is it achievable? And the business plan kind of like gives you that, right? But number one, let's jump in. Why would you need a business plan? Why would you need a business plan? It's important. I started my business with no business plan at all. And I've done well in all of the businesses that we have done. But with what I know today, it might have served me better into the future, or running faster, had I had the plan together. Because the plan would have given me a clear identification of my vision. Where do I want to go? The plan would have given me a clear mission to say, this is the mission that I want to jump onto. And I would have been able to communicate to my partners to say, this is the mission that we are on. And everyone would have said, hoo-ha, yes, TJ, we want to be on this mission with you together. Let's go and attain, or let's get our vision done. But I didn't. I just started doing. Within your business plan, obviously, you now start to talk about your strengths and your weaknesses. What can you do and cannot do? Where are you today as an individual, as a business, right? And if you do have these strengths and the weaknesses, who else can you come in that can complement with you within these weaknesses? Are weaknesses bad? No, not necessarily so. They can be even opportunities. Opportunities to partner up with people, opportunities to identify that you are weak in that area, but how best can you solve for it? How much money do I have on the table to actually start this business? I just started. I was coming from a pain, so I just started. I didn't have time to think about, well, do I have money? Do I not have money? I didn't think about that. I just started doing. Now, with some of the businesses that I'm building today, when I look at it, I start thinking and putting all of these business plans together, and I see that it is a little bit easier for me to run that business because it has a clear direction on where it's going. Remember, this is all about stepping up. Once I am giving you this intel of stepping up, I am also stepping up. Every day, I am stepping up. Every day, I'm learning new things. And that's how I step up. So the question here is, it's not really about, do you need a business plan? Maybe the question here is actually to understand, what is a business plan? And if you're to jump into a business plan for a property business, whether you are wanting to be a sales provider, whether you are wanting to be an investment business, do you actually understand that? Because maybe whilst you're doing the business plan itself, you may identify to see, this is not for me, as opposed to just doing, right? But again, not all of us will start with the thinking and putting it on pen and paper and then be able to do. My hope is that whilst you're stepping up to do these business plans, you are not going to anchor there for a long time whilst you're thinking, because those that do can achieve more by doing. I am almost, with what I know today with running successful businesses, of doing and also doing business plans before doing. I'm like, I need to strike a balance here in terms of, I need to understand where I'm going before I'm doing it, because I will know exactly how I can get there in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years. And it is very easy to then run that race because you know exactly where you're going. Well, it's been great hanging out with you today. It is I, your boy TJ. And again, thank you for being here on Step Up. It is my privilege that we are always engaging. If there is any other comments that you would like to hear about this particular topic, in the comments, hit me up and we'll talk about it in our next conversations or in our next videos as we shoot more videos. From today, if you haven't subscribed, you need to hit the subscribe button. We'll check you out on the next video. Peace out.